Hello, this is Dr. Sandeep Salunke. In this video, I am going to discuss with you about unit number 3 ratio analysis, which is in management accounting subject prescribed by Rani Channamma University, Belgavi for 5th semester BCom. At the end of the session, students are able to know meaning, definition, importance of ratio, modes of expression of ratios, advantages, limitations of ratios, and classification of ratios. What is ratio? Ratio is nothing but one number expressed in terms of another. Or also we can say the relationship between the two figures expressed mathematically is called as ratio. And in other words, what we can say, a ratio is quotient of two numbers. Robert Anthony has given a very simple definition. According to him, ratio is nothing but one number expressed in terms of another. Importance or significance of ratio. Ratio analysis is playing very important role because with the help of ratio analysis, it is a very useful tool in the hands of management while making decisions. Ratio analysis also helps in financial planning as well as financial forecasting. Ratio analysis helps in operational efficiency. Ratio analysis useful tool for assessing the operational efficiency of management and different operations of the business. Ratio analysis facilitates interfirm and intra-firm comparison of performance. And also ratio analysis helpful tool to identify problem areas of business. Modes of expression of ratios. Ratios may be expressed in three different ways, that is in times, in percentage, or in proportion. When one value is divided by another, the unit used to express the quotient is termed as times. Generally, the efficiency ratios are expressed in times. Example, 2 times, 5 times, 6 times, 8 times, etc. When one number is divided by another and the quotient obtained is multiplied by 100, the unit of expression is termed as percentage. And generally, the profitability ratios are expressed in terms of percentage. Say for example 2%, 5%, 10%, 12%, likewise. In proportion, here the amounts of two items are expressed in a common denominator. Example, 2:5, 1:3, and generally the liquidity ratios are expressed in terms of proportion. Advantages of ratio analysis. Ratio analysis simplifies the accounting data which is in financial statements. With the help of ratio analysis, after analysis and interpretation of the ratios, it is possible to know information contained in financial statements. Ratio analysis also establishes relationship between various figures contained in financial statements, that is between current assets and current liabilities, gross profit and net sales, net profit and net sales, long-term funds to net sales, like that. Ratio analysis also facilitates inter-firm comparison and intra-firm comparison. Whatever ratios are calculated by the firm, these can be compared with different departments within the firm, also with the other firms in the same industry. And also ratio analysis is helpful in financial planning. When it comes to limitations of ratio analysis, comparative study is required. We have to compare the ratios for a different period, then only it is possible to draw meaningful inferences. Limitations of financial statements. As the financial statements have certain limitations, the limitations of financial statements are limitations of ratio analysis, because ratio analysis is a tool of analysis of a financial statement. Ratios alone are not adequate, as ratios are means and not an end. So that is why ratio analysis alone are not adequate. Window dressing. There is a possibility of window dressing in ratio analysis. Next, price problems of price level changes. The impact of inflation conditions is ignored in ratio analysis, as the prices are continuously changing and they are subject to change. So that is why this price level changes is ignored in ratio analysis. No fixed standards. There is no fixed standard ratios and no universally accepted standard ratios or benchmarks or yardsticks with which the ratios can be compared. Now the very important aspect, classification of ratios. There are number of ratios and those number of ratios are classified broadly in four categories: liquidity ratios, solvency ratios, efficiency ratios and profitability ratios. Liquidity ratios. What is liquidity ratios, or which ratios are called as liquidity ratios? The ratios which are used to analyze short-term financial position of a firm, those ratios are called as liquidity ratios. These are used to analyze short-term financial position of a firm. And important liquidity ratios are current ratio and quick ratio. Solvency ratios. Those ratios which are used to analyze long-term financial position of a firm are called as solvency ratios. So liquidity ratios are used to analyze short-term financial position and solvency ratios are used to analyze long-term financial position of a firm. And important solvency ratios are debt equity ratio, proprietary ratio and capital gearing ratio. Efficiency ratio or turnover ratio or activity ratios. These ratios measure efficiency with which the assets are managed in the business. Whatever assets are there in a business, these ratios show the efficiency with which these assets are managed in the business. And important efficiency ratios are fixed assets turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, stock turnover ratio. Profitability ratios. These ratios are very important, as these are used to know how efficiently operations are carried out. These ratios throw light on overall performance of a business. And important profitability ratios are gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating profit ratio and operating ratio, or these ratios are also called as operating cost ratio. Now, for the preparation of these notes, I have used these books.